All right, as you can see, we're in some snow now, so it's a little winter wonderland, which is nice. So now to be cold, because none of us brought anything approaching.
No, because it was 100 degrees 2 days ago. But
Preparation.
But also we weren't at 10,000 feet 2 days ago. We were at 4,000 feet. So yeah, this was not something I planned on encountering on this particular trip. I'm really glad about this sweatshirt now.
Yeah, I have another sweatshirt in the car that I might put on.
Well, I'm not planning on spending a lot of time outside the truck, honestly. We have a long way to go today, and that seems like a great excuse to not be out here in the snow.
Yeah.
We are somewhere in the middle of Hell's Revenge right now. We are making our way over the slick rock down into this gully here, and then we're going up that hill over there. You know, since I've been at MotorTrend, I've kind of become known as the truck guy. Might have something to do with the hat, I'm not sure. But I've been on a lot of Truck of the Years. I've done more off-road comparisons and things than I can remember at this point. So I feel like I'm mostly qualified to be here.
Through a happy accident of availability and my boss letting me, I am here. So, like, once that was put out in a meeting that we're doing something like this, and then they started asking for hand raisers, it was like, yes, definitely, please, this guy.
Send it, got it.
Some send.
We're gonna go 6 miles an hour, we're gonna get crazy.
Oh. Danger, Will Robinson. So we're ending the leg in Tremonton, Utah, I believe. As you can tell, I'm not a phenomenal navigator, so Scott has been keeping tabs on this better than I have.
This is a kind of a funny leg. We started in La Salle, Utah, just over the border from Colorado in the kind of the southeast part of the state, and we're going up and around, saying hi to Nevada, and then we're finishing out just north of Salt Lake City. I know that I'm about to go off a real steep hill. I can't even see the photographer who's right down here in front of us, but there he is on the screen, and there's the hill on the screen and the lines that they've helpfully painted for us to follow. So now I can just walk this thing down a hill that I can't even see that I'm going down.
Christian and Scott like to duke it out for zany comparison ideas and large trips and features that involve from a managerial standpoint, a lot of time and resources, but he had been pushing for it, and this seemed to one-up Scott in some way.
You know, I thought I had him pretty good with the Trans-Labrador Highway, but then he got me back with the Mojave Road, which was not nearly as long, but definitely challenging. And then, I mean, this is going to be tough to beat. So, handy little piece of advice we like to give our new employees before we send them out on trips like this is don't go hard on the first night. And it's the first night, and it is currently 11 p.m. We just got down off of Hell's Revenge. The trucks were awesome, but I'm really glad we chose to do Hell's tonight, which you would think might be crazy because it's a very well-known, very difficult trail. But our original plan was to do Top of the World, and that would have taken twice as long, and we'd be really miserable tomorrow morning getting to do this. It's worth mentioning here that these trails in Moab aren't actually part of the Trans-America Trail. This is bonus. You know, the trail goes right through Moab, and well, if we're here, you don't just go to Moab and not do any trails. I mean, especially when you're trying to prove, you know, how good a truck is or isn't, this is the opportunity. I mean, these are some of the most famous off-road trails in the world. You gotta take an extra day or two and come out here and do it right. And so that's what we did. We did Hell's today. Tomorrow we're gonna find a couple more trails and really see what these things can do.
We are in under canvas, which as you can see is a series of structures where you live under some canvas. So they're like semi-permanent tents, which were nice by about 7 a.m. because the air moved through them. And up until that point, no air moved through them. So it was pretty hot. But other than that, we're starting again. We have coffee. That'll help. So, yes. Delicious. That push and pull between us and Rivian has been fun, where, you know, they're encouraging a sort of level of open abuse that, you know, as someone in this industry, I'm not really used to, because usually you're trying to actively not break the vehicles while evaluating them. And this is sort of a combination of both. Like, we're exercising the trucks, but we're also proving the trucks and really throwing them down, you know, in a variety of environments in a very short period of time. It's really cool.
You have to go into any completely new vehicle, and especially a completely new vehicle from a completely new company, with just a little bit of skepticism, because it's extremely difficult to build a car. There's a reason that most auto companies fail. There's a reason there's only a few that have lasted. There's a reason there hasn't been a new one. Like, Tesla was the first new car company in America since like the 50s. So you kind of have to go in and think, well, these guys have never made a car before. They're making a completely different kind of car. But honestly, this thing is really impressive.
As it compares to just normal off-roading, it's wildly different from the perspective of you lack noise, so you have no feedback loop between how much power you're asking of the vehicle and how much it's giving you if you're not already moving forward. So it's been kind of cool to sit up on a rock. You know, you've got the nose of the truck pointed in the air and you have to get going, and you just get deeper and deeper into that pedal and just silence. And eventually you might hear some squeal from the tires or things hitting the underside of the truck. Again, we've been asked to harass them, so that's good. And just a surprising lack of banging things is the technical term I'll use. It has a flat underbody, there's just the battery in the floor, and then there are 4 holes cut into that underbody, and the wheels are poking out of it.
I love going fast. I want to go fast. I want to, if I had to choose between, you know, Baja and King of the Hammers, I'm gonna pick Baja every time. For me, it was fun to do the Moab trails, and then we find these sand dunes. So this is cool.
Oh yeah. It's a little patch of sand.
Check this out. Nobody mentioned this. Sweet sand dunes out here in the middle of nowhere. I wonder how far it goes that way.
We could drive over there, but I don't think we are allowed to do that.
I mean, as much as I would love to do some dune running right now, I don't know what the rules are in this particular area, and all the signs that we've seen so far have been very specific about staying on approved trails, so yeah, we should, in the spirit of leave no trace and minimum footprint, we should maybe not do that. I was an Eagle Scout. I learned, you know, leave no trace, take only pictures, leave only footprints, all that kind of conservation. That does mean a lot to me, but also I do a job where I drive supercars and pickup trucks that, you know, get 8 miles to the gallon, and they're inefficient. They, you know, all internal combustion engines pollute to some degree, to whatever degree is legal. And so it's really kind of allows me to justify myself a little bit, to, you know, solve my own internal conflict, to be able to come out here and do something like this in a vehicle that is producing no emissions at the vehicle. I can come out here and enjoy the hobby and the career that I love, doing incredible road trips like this in incredible machines, without having to feel like, you know, I'm completely compromising my own personal, you know, beliefs about conservation. As you can see, we have a bit of change of conditions here. We went from 106 in Moab yesterday to a passing thunderstorm now, which is currently washing all the beautiful mud off of our truck. Sorry, Leg 3. It was kind of a funny route today because the Trans-America Trail follows all of these public roads that are open. It kind of has to go where the roads are, and the old dirt roads are not necessarily the ones that are shortest distance between any 2 points. You know, on the highway, we could have been here in less than 2 hours today. And in total, it took us more like 11 hours. Anyway, trucks are doing great. We're doing well. We might actually get to sleep at a reasonable hour tonight, which could be fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and go inside before this thunder and lightning gets any worse. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow. we're climbing and climbing. We get to like 10,000 feet. I mean, I didn't even realize that this part of the state, like the mountains got that high. And we're up in what looks like, you know, could be the Alps. This beautiful like alpine meadows full of like wildflowers, things very lush, and it's so cool. And like, weren't we in Moab like a day ago?
In a little bit of a bragging right scenario, I would say that leg 4, this one, is getting probably the widest variety of off-road scenarios. We've got mud, it's snowed, there's cows, we've gone down 2 tracks, gravel, pavement. We today splashed around a lot in some puddles. That was fun, and there's been a ton of rain. This reservoir here is a little overflowed. Oh, and I can't forget the rock bashing at the beginning of it, where it's pretty much if you were to take a drive mode selector from any modern off-road truck and pick each setting, I think we've hit each of those on this leg.
You know, somebody said that if we lost all of the photo and video, you know, footage from all the other legs, we could probably just use the stuff that we got here in Utah and make a video, and most people probably would never even know the difference just because it's been so diverse here. It's so cool.
It's been great to get out, get wild, you know, get the truck messy, and again, just spend time around my coworkers. This has been a long year of not being in the office, and you know, to get out here doing an adventure with the team is fun, and learn a few things along the way. Like I said, I'm not really an outdoorsy guy, so this is my, you know, let's say a practice session. Maybe I'll go camping after this, I don't know.